Alright guys, good morning again. Let's see, today is July 1st. I can't believe it. Can't believe we're already in July. Just gonna check and see here if oops. Check and see here if I'm live. Yes, so it does appear that I am live today. Alright, welcome back everybody. So today's July 1st, Tuesday, 2025. And market has been in a very I don't really like this area of the market because it's like in its new highs. So I don't know how much, like, of course it's in a buy program, so you want to continue buying more until it shows to you that it doesn't want to go up any further. But easier said than done, because as the market is moving up live, um, you want to just keep getting in on the rocket ship right now. Everybody wants to get in this rocket ship, just keep going higher. And I saw a couple of things, and you're probably gonna see some notes here because I'm literally watching it. And yeah, there's some things that are just interesting to me. So, for example, if we zoom out and look at the MNQ, we've let some buy side liquidity here from 12 a.m. and pre-market. This is pre-market liquidity as well, the highs. I'm anticipating for price, if it's going to continue its buy program, to perhaps dip down for a bit, only for it to continue up going forward. Um, let's see here. So let's see. If we continue over here and look over prices. Sorry about that minor disturbance. I had to deal with some family thing at the moment. But if we look at the market, so we have here some highs that were left behind from the sessions. So we had the 12 a.m. pre-market. So I'm kind of eyeing those. I'm still looking for price to continue up its buy program. So I want to see price continue to go up higher, based on our yearly dealing ranges. Like I anticipate this thing to go a lot higher than where we're at now, if it's going to do that. And right now things are looking good. I've been looking at the bond market, interest rate markets, and right now, what's it called? Bonds at the interest rates have been going down, and I'm looking for it to fill a certain level right now. So if it's going to be going down, the should be going down with it. So it should present itself with a low resistance liquidity run. I'm sorry, not long low resistance. It should be a risk on scenario. So so we should see the stock market have no problem making up higher prices. So that's what we're going to be anticipating the market to be doing, moving forward, for the time being. And yeah, I also saw, based on our previous discussions, the electronic trading hours opening range gap that I was mentioning to you about earlier. And we're kind of reacting off the consequent encouragement of that right now. You see that we have made these lows here based on our dealing range low. So these were kind of suspect lows that I was thinking that could be used as turtle soup, and I'm glad that it's wicked down at the moment. So that's kind of like what I've been eyeing as well. And in order for price to keep going higher, I want to see like a type 2 dealing range going from A to B. down here, along with something to support the case that it might be going higher. And Lord and behold, we got here SMT. You see that we made a wick down to make them stop runs on these lows, but the US 500 made higher. So these are positively correlated markets. I think we're going to be seeing price go up higher today. So, and we also have 9:30 news. So right now, I really do like that we closed above this. So we have highs here, ultimate highs up here again. Will we see some form of retracement coming back down? I'm not sure, but these lows I really liked. These lows from PM sessions, yesterday's lows, to be used as turtle soup. And now we're waiting to see if price will close above the 25%. Sorry, which it did here, 15. And now I'm just waiting for it to retrace just a little bit. So once again, I'm anticipating price to go upwards from here. And if we missed another turtle soup today, that's okay. Um, but ideally, I would like for price for it to retrace just a little bit, 25, possibly even go up higher. So only time will tell. So that's kind of like what I'm seeing right now for today. So I'm gonna be leaving this just for the live stream, and yeah. So let's keep watching and see how price develops. So now that we're at it, I feel like I should probably show you like what is it that I mean this live stream. Okay, so as I was saying before, now that we're anticipating price to go up higher, what's making me feel like that the stock market will keep going up higher? Well, first of all, seasonal tendency wise, we have here in July, price stock market tends to just have like a big spike going up higher, especially in July. Today we have this something to look forward to in terms of watching. We have the 9:30 news that this guy's going to be speaking today. Okay. As well as if we dive into the other analysis. So this is the interest rate, just 10-year interest rates. And down, you'll see that I make the similar analysis as I do with the stock market. And for the time being, I'm looking for price to fill in this box to keep going down lower. So if it's going to be doing that, the US dollar should still be seeing lower prices because bonds need to fill this box going up as well. So if that's the case, interest rates are going to be going down. We want to see the dollar keep going down lower. And are we seeing that right now? Let's go to the dollar. It's going to be 15 minutes. Oh, you'll see that we reached the ultimate goal based on these little stars, and it's kind of still going down in this sell program. So if it's doing that, stock market should be seeing no problem in going up higher. Let me get something. I just want to make sure of something here, guys. Okay. And again, we saw that SMT reacting off liquidity low based on the electronic trading hours opening range gap. So I really like seeing that, especially in a time where we should be seeing price go up higher. We go back to our daily analysis. See that we took out the 30 dealing range low, leg A to B. Turtle soups are the ones that are below the A, which is aligned very well with this other dealing range block. And this is the opening range gap electronic trading hours variant that I was telling you guys about. Close, open, 50%, consequent encouragement, suspect lows, turtle soup, buy up. Let's see here. Now we're entering at a place where we should see some kind of retracement. I mean, ideally, I would like to get out to this level, but hang on, we also have some more levels here too. I'm also eyeing this from this perspective. So it's about this, so I think it's safe to do something like this. I think so, at least. So we should have 22,585. 585. 522, 512. Okay, well, let's see. And then we also have the event horizon between these two price levels. I believe that's considered an event horizon, but I could be wrong. Okay, so price is not wanting to get me filled today. So let me just bring in those suspect liquidity pools. We have the pre-market session highs represented by this. So I'll just mark that here and then label that pre-market. Oh my goodness, excuse my typing, y'all. As well as we have this. Oh, not that. Where are you? There you go. So it should be here. Okay. Now let's take a look at much more closer. I told you guys that we could look at this same BPR theory as what's it called? You can look at the BPR theory at a more closer level. So it's 9 o'clock. So we want to be looking at 7 to 8, 8 to 9. That's right here. You see we have 7 high, low, lower high, lower low. So we have this area that's balanced from here to here. Right, and that's going to be relevant to 10, 10 o'clock. And we have the 30. So from 7 to, excuse me, I didn't take out a volume on. So from 7:30, what was it? 8:30, sorry, 8:30. Okay, you'll see we have a high, low, higher, low, higher, high. So that's a what? That's a failure swing. I'm going to be referring that to 9:30. Cool. So we want to see this balanced price range treating that price to make it go up higher. Okay. And then if you want to get really specific, there's also ways that you can look into this to the 15 minutes. So we'll take 9:45, right? Low to high, right? And then we have a higher high. Hang on. Yeah, so this order block is suspect. Right here, this order block. It's going to be related till 9:30. Okay, so we'll just be seeing, and you can see that we barely typed that low, so it's, what's the low here? 22,579.5. 0.3. By 0.2 handles, that was a turtle soup to go up long. Uh-huh. Yeah, that was a nice turtle soup. It was 0.2, and which is 924. So I don't know, guys. We'll see. I mean, we do have high impact news coming up. I really do anticipate prices keep going up forward directly, especially because we took down those lows already. So I think that was our Judas swing, and now we're gonna be using that to go up higher. That's what I think, so at least. Am I wrong? I'm willing to let this be wrong. Now, how long am I going to be holding this idea? The idea that we're going to be seeing price go up higher. Uh, right now, I think I'm going to be holding till like 4 p.m. I think 4 p.m. when the stock market closes. I think that's okay. Sort of soon, right there. Let me make that line a little better. Probably a little bit less visible too. So right now we're starting that mid-hour macro. So 9:25 to 9:35 is when I consider like a little mini macro happening for price to react off. And again, we're aiming for pre-market session highs up here and 12 a.m. highs here. Ideally, ultimately, holding up for up here for the market to continue up making higher highs. Well, we'll see. Try not to stress. And, you know, If you're looking at this market today, what are you seeing? What are you seeing today? Just curious. So the market is going to be running up towards a liquidity pool or an inefficiency right now. I think I see one right here. That's SIBI. Again, we were looking at this at a 15-minute time frame. Oh, there you go. So because this is the open flap for this 15U, it is reasonable to hold on to this until 11:30. So I'm giving this till 11:30 for price to go into at least into my favor for a bit, and then see what happens. So by 11:30, I'm either, if price has been going up in my direction, I'm gonna be setting up for a break even. But if not, then I'll just what's it called? Well, I'll just get stuff down. It's that easy. Yeah, a little late for that. Let's see here. So lately, what I've been getting into are trying to figure out ways so that I don't get so itchy fingers when you're doing this profession. And one thing I want to try with you today is how about starting to sketch? I'm trying to think too much about this position because, after all, it is a day trade, and I just want to see how the market reacts in the next couple of minutes. So, just being able to see that, so I'm be able to just make sure I get like a good price. So we're about 30 seconds in, about to see a big red folder develop. Just gonna have to wait and see. And again, if it fails on me, it's okay. That's why we have risk management. That's why we have risk management, folks, so that we can protect ourselves when things like this happen. And I'm trying to come up with a protocol in my head so that when things don't go in my direction, you know, you can just try again. So we have 10 minutes in, no, sorry, 10 seconds post 9:30. We got red folder news, and price is just doing what it's doing. That's it. So I'm gonna be sketching here for a little bit and try to just relax. Not let any emotion or not let any emotion come into effect on my trading, because that's why I did all the analysis today. And I'm just looking for price to close up above equilibrium so that I can start moving up my stop loss for a little bit. So no rush to move that stop loss. So if there's anything that you want to talk to me about today, let me know. I mean, today's the day, I think. Price. Let's see here. Let's get rid of this. Just fixing some settings here, guys. Now, if I was looking at this chart in the 1 minute, I'll definitely be panicking. Like, dude, what the heck? But no, we've we'll just see what happens. And there's something that hit me when what's it called? When there was a talk about becoming colorblind, because progress is not in this in this profession. Progress is not linear, and things sometimes just go haywire. Sometimes you're just destroying it. Sometimes you're just not, and that's why it's so difficult. Because you're not if the driver of the seat, if the driver is not like optimistic and strong, like the bike just won't be able to take you somewhere. But to bring back to the point of being colorblind, you kind of just have to accept that the road is gonna have its challenges. It's gonna have its its moments where you want to give up on something. Like for example, this trade. There are two candles already that just wick down against my position. That in itself is a challenge. Like I don't want to be holding it for this long. I want to see prices go in my favor immediately. you know, but something you gotta practice is just like, dude, you just gotta buckle up, hold up, and wait. Let's see if price goes into your favor. I mean, think of it like an experiment. You're thinking that price is gonna be sensitive at this level, so you just want to make sure that price can just go up. Um, it's like a rocket ship test. Is it gonna go up and then go against you in your favor? Yeah, that's just happened to me before. Do you just barely miss the perfect entry before it goes up? That also has happened to me before as well. Has it just gone shot up straight, 100% all the way up to your favor? That has also happened. See, like any possibility has happened. All you got to do is get yourself into a position where it's at a good discount price, and you just buckle up and you just wait and see if what you were thinking about is fruitful. Notice how I didn't say correct, because that's another toxic mentality that I keep having to challenge myself with. Is the mentality of being right all the time and getting 100% accuracy on my trades, meaning that I'll never take a losing trade. And That's just not ideal, you know? I mean, a buy program is a buy program until you lose. And sometimes buy programs are very manipulative. There's like there's different stages in price. I'm talking about consolidation, reversals, retracements, where you think price is going to be going up higher, and then it just doesn't, you know? And then it's just like a little way to trick people, trick the longs, shake them out, and then you'll just continue doing this buy program. So that's why I've been trying to incorporate the dealing ranges into my, I guess, executions, because they really do show you whether something's at a discount or at a premium. And once you know how to anchor your dealing ranges, um, or how to anchor your dealing ranges, because I'm not gonna lie to you, there's a dealing range in every single move. Like that was one of the challenges too when I was learning when I was back testing, is that, well, there's a dealing range here, and you could argue there's a dealing range here as well. Just look into a lower time frame, and you'll eventually see a swing low, and a swing high taken. Um, and it's been months for me to figure out a way to like align myself where I think now I'm not saying I have the holy grail or anything, but I think I have an idea of where maybe I could anchor my daily ranges high and low. And right now, I'm not saying that that's the low right here for this market, but I'm also not saying that we could potentially go down lower to further discount, because you zoom out, this is a good equilibrium level. So what's to stop price from saying we're gonna just respect everything that's premium and just go keep going down lower? You know, we're gonna respect the premium side, we're gonna respect this balanced price range, and then keep going down lower. That's also a possibility, right? Um, but the reason why I like this was because we made this low. This low was made by taking out the liquidity low here, whereas S&P 500 we didn't do that. So that's why I'm in the group that says, maybe, you know what, maybe this is a low that it's key. It could be used as support later on, and then maybe it could be used to go up higher. You know, that's what I mean. And right now we're just playing that prediction out, playing up that rocket ship. We're planting our ideas, and then we've made a boat. We've made a rocket, sorry. And now we're just gonna wait and see if it's a rocket that has potential. It's just another test. And when you're a scientist, failure is just constant. You know, you have a bunch of ideas, bunch of theories, and you just gotta play them out. You know, just gotta play out the ideas and see if it will take off. And I think that's you bridging the gap between the analyst and the executor in your brain. Because there have been moments where my analysis was correct, my execution was poor, or it'd be the inverse too. My execution was perfect, but I don't know why it worked. And it's just a matter of making time to go back test and just try again, see what price would do, and yeah, just study and learning about where premium discount is, and then what are the potential liquidity pools that we can tap into where we can take a partial. You know, so live funds partials will be taken here, here, the 12 a.m. highs, and then ideally we would like to see like a price reach all the way up here. And but yeah, like right now this is challenging for me. Like I don't know if it comes out from my voice, but this is challenging right now. The fact that we dipped down twice, like I'm someone that's just wants price to just go, you know. Like I hate this price action, but in a way, like I'm challenging myself to say, you know what, I've seen some conditions being met. I think this is fair. I think this is where we should be anchoring our daily range low. I see the price reacted off this discount PD array, and we're just going to test to see if if it has enough steam for it to keep going forward. So you'll see that we touched the medium threshold of this balanced price range. So it's now 9:42. So let's see if we have an update on our dealing ranges. So let's see here. So now we're going to be referring the 830 to 930 cams balance price range. So we have a low, high, okay, so we have this now. Okay, this mitigation block will be used to go up, well, should be used to go up higher from 930 onward, right? And you see we've been wicking up there, treating it as support, but we're also reacting off this balance price range up here as well. You see order block, SIBI, okay? So we're just gonna have to wait and see here. This is crazy. This is probably considered time distortion, you know? Let's see here. And then we'll take the 915 to 930. So we'll do 915 is a low high. Okay, we have a low high, higher high. Okay, and now we're seeing that price is going up against our position. Nothing to worry about. This is why we have a big stop loss. 40 handles. It's 40 handles. It's pretty huge. And again, what did we say earlier? We're holding this until 11:30, seeing the price can give us can go into our direction. So this is not a scalp. This is not a. This is more, I think, a day trade. Waiting for that 45 handle to hit. So we have a 915, 9 to 915. That's low high, higher high. Okay, so that will be making this a dealing range sell. Okay, and we'll be referring this dealing range to go down lower. But look at this, right? Let me do the 8:30 to 9 o'clock again. 8:30, high. Yeah, low, high, higher high. So this will be like represented as a breaker. A breaker, that's a sell. So this balance price range from this high to low to this well, going back up there. This balance price range, this is the low. So then from 9:30, it's kind of being used as like an inverse, trade it back down. It should be acting as a premium right now to keep going down selling. Well, we'll see. I like that we did this. Okay, so maybe we'll be using it as an inverse breaker for it to hold a support and then perhaps go higher. That's what I think is going to happen. I mean, I could be completely wrong on this. And then the dealing range has been completed. So now we have 945. So from 945 onward, this dealing range from A to B. If it's going to keep going down lower, we expect the price to trade down through the B, create a new low, retrace up to 75% or 50%, keep going down lower to make lower levels. If it's going to reverse, I would like for it to fully close above the A leg and then maybe retrace back to 75% or 50%, but preferably 75, and then for it to keep going up higher. But it has to do so, it has to close above the A leg for it to be considered bullish. Okay, and then here we have this big balance price range from this high to from this low to this high and then back down. Buy side deliveries be met with sell side, so this has been acting as resistance. See that? But I don't want it to be reacting like this if we think price is going to keep going up higher. So I think prices had to I don't know, do a little time distortion. So if we get some liquidity down here, remember, it's turtle soup still. I'm sorry, not, this is the breaker cell. So maybe we just had to dip down here to deeper discount for it to go up higher. Okay? Notice, actually, look at this. I had two dealing ranges. We had a red one and a green one. My entry was the green dealing range, 25%, and you'll see that now we went down to the 25% on the red one. So, could mean a couple things. But man, this is hard. Like, this is hard to hold right now. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Let's zoom out for a bit and let's take a look at the opening range gap for the futures market. So you'll see that we had this whoa. Okay, that's the ETH. Let's do ORG. Yeah, so from this low open here. Okay, and where did we close? Up here. So if we take our ruler close to open 60. So not quite 75. So we're just going to anticipate price to keep having this high resistance liquidity run condition. So it's going to be zigzaggy. It's going to be zigzaggy for a bit. Oh, this is hard. This is hard to hold, guys. I'm not going to let it. I know I said that a bunch of times already. So I'm going to go back to my doodling. Excuse me. So how are you feeling right now? If there's anyone watching this live stream, I'm curious to know, like, what did you end up catching up today? Hmm? Like, what did you see any potential trades today? What is it that you saw in the market that will make you go in your favor? Hang on a second. Let me do something like this. Oh, nope. Something like this. Now, when I see this kind of price action, I'm like super rushful. Like, I gotta close my stop loss. I gotta do it right now. But no, we gotta wait for that close. Rules dictate that we gotta wait for it to break above equilibrium for us to move the stop loss up to the 25%. And we haven't even reached up to pre-market highs. The buy side liquidity that I mentioned earlier, like that's what I want to see be taken. That if it also trades up to that, I'm also going to immediately set to break even. And I really do hate that these freaking platforms. There's no way to. I don't know if there's a way to change it so that you just see the percentage gain rather than seeing the money game. I really don't like that. Actually, you know what? I think it's safe too. And the 5 minute. Let me compare this to the high here. I think we should. What do you guys think? So, uh-oh, we have a problem. You heard my language? I'm not exactly confident about my stop loss right now being moved. Because right now, the internal range liquidity is from this high to this low. Normally, I would just do it when it breaks above that. But if there's another dealing range, oh, hang on. Remember what I said earlier about the 8 B leg? Wish to see it close above. I think now it's safe. Let's do a stop loss up to our break even. So where did we get at? There we go. So that's my stop loss now. And we're going to see if price broke above it. Okay, now we'll see if it will trace back to 75% of this cube. I need a better color. Will we retrace back down to 75% for it to keep going higher? If it does, great. If it doesn't, then what does that show you? Strength. No? Doesn't that show strength? Because if we can't even go back down to the BPR and it's wicking down like that, and it just keeps going up higher, that just shows that we're like in a hurry to go somewhere. You know? Let's zoom back out. Again, we entered on this trade for a while. So I'm just wondering, like, right, if you were in this trade, how would you have been managing it? Would you have already set your stop loss to break even as well, or would you have just kept your stop loss at the original level? Let me know. No, price is really stubborn, huh? To get up to that BPR. Remember that balanced price range action that I showed you from this low to this high? I find that very annoying, but look at that. We've traded through the 8 leg, trade down to 75%. We'll be finishing up this hour in a bit. So I won't be referring back to this BPR range anymore. So instead I'll be using the 8 to 9. So we have a higher low. What's that? So I'm anticipating price to treat this here to here. Whoa, what the heck? Wow, did you see that? That immediate repricing that occurred at 10? I swear, did I miss something? Of course I did. Well, we had the US jolts and the manufacturing PMI at 10. Price made the sudden whiplash, stopping me out. That's a guaranteed stop out right there. And look at where we're at now. Wow, isn't that insane? Okay. Anyways, uh, high to low. What was I saying again? Okay, let's delete this. It's 10 o'clock now, right? So we have a for 22, 623, and 1. Okay, so I'll be referring to this whole price action from here to here. Right? Be referring that all the way up till 10 o'clock. I'm sorry, not to 10, till 11. Right? This whole area has been balanced. We have a dealing range from 9:30. So we have a new, that's the B like I'm anchoring myself into. This is the A leg. Okay, we have a low here in efficiency. I'll be referring to this until here. Also, where is that first percentage fair value gap? Remember that? So we have 9. Oh, look at this messiness, my guy. Oh, we have it here. 941 in the form of a SIBI. So we could mark that as well if we want to. Where is the 9 to 9:30 range? Sorry, 9:30. 9:30 to 10 o'clock range. So we're in this whole range from this low to high right now. First percent fair value. Nothing yet, folks. There's still nothing telling the price for it. Just keep going higher, you know? There's nothing stopping the price from keeping it going higher still. So I'm still remaining bullish in this thing. No, it'll be really awesome if we can get our total soup entry here as well. You know, dip down to these lows, you'll be under the 25% level. It makes sense because we're in a higher, what's it called? High resistance liquidity. So price could be chopping up and down, up and down, up and down. It would make sense if we take out this low, so then we'll be in deep discount, and then goes up higher. Okay. Let's take a look at what we did on US 500. Whoa, see that? Low, high, high, low. Very interesting. This would be considered a type 1. Oh my goodness, excuse me for all these messy levels. Yeah, but we see a type 1 dealing range here. Dip down to discount, aim to go higher. High probability order block. Where was it? Up here, you could say. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. So, did we react up that order block yet? I could also consider this as a balanced price range. Okay? So it'd be really cool to maybe get in here, equilibrium, because I'm also seeing a propulsion block here. We had this swing low, order block, higher, or maybe you can set your sights down to here. Still fine. You're still at equilibrium. And then set it to go higher. Maybe set up a 20 hand stop loss. And then see if that nets you something. Another trading idea, you know. You'll also be using the first percent fair value gap too. That was crazy though. Still crazy the fact that we're seeing this, that we saw this when I was on. Whatever. Curious if we also saw the same thing on. Oh my gosh. Oh wait, hold on. Let's do this RTH. My fault. We got something similar here in the futures market. But man, today's a tough one, huh? I think this is a tough day. Look at that. I'm going to reprice down lower. Get rid of that. So much for using this as support, right? Let's take a look at the 15 minute. So we have the 945, sorry, 930. Okay, got all this time distortion, whatever you want to call it. High, low, higher. Oh, look at that. Turtle soup? No, no turtle soup. I don't think so, at least. The furthest for 15 minutes. Okay, and then we have a low. 22, 578 flat. 578 flat. And then the next low, 578.3. So we have equal lows. Turtle soup when it should be long because we're using it as support on a discount dealing range. Price is already set to go up higher. This is not a bad turtle soup. Again, another turtle soup. You know, set your sights up to here maybe, just a little bit above it. What, a 20 handle stop loss, and then let it rip. Aim for what? I've been telling y'all, get into these highs here, pre-market highs. Get into 12 a.m. highs. Done. See, like this is nice. 1.87. Really nice, guys. The key is trusting it, no? It's just a scalp, but that's the risk. It's a scalp, but it's in a high resistance liquidity run condition. But also notice how my higher time frame entry is still kind of valid. If we had never chosen to break even, you would have still been on this trade, and you would have been back to where you were. Price just had to do a little bit more digging on discount. How about that first percentage fair value gap? Civi, balanced. I don't even know what you would call it, reclaimed, but went back up there. Nope. Treated it as support. You see that? Those three candles. Treated it as resistance, sorry. Not support, resistance. Head down lower. Took out sell stops. Matched the lows of this low. Headed up high. And you'll see that we're now approaching the pre-market highs that I was curious about when I first started the stream. I mean, now I think it's at a condition where I don't think I feel comfortable entering on anything because it's already been reacting off the discount prices that I've been looking at, and now it's just a matter of seeing if those levels will get filled or not. But all in all, let's see if we'll capture the pre-market high before I close today's stream. Beautiful, beautiful reading today. I gotta give credit to myself. I think I did a pretty good job. We went into higher time frame analysis. I told you guys there was an SMT creating on that dealing range low. Compare that to the US 500. Again, high to low. We have a seasonal tendency of July being a very bullish month. Right now, we are at a time where we're creating new highs, so buy programs are still in effect because we are still creating higher highs. As well as I even showed you the bond market where it has to go. So it still has ample space for it to keep going higher, causing what? Interest rate to fall, which causes the dollar to fall, which makes for a risk-on scenario for stocks. Very good. Oh yeah, we're also reacting up that electronic trading hour opening range gap that I've been showing you guys. up to consequent encouragement, waking down, using the sell side liquidity as stop hunt, high. So I'm still gonna be waiting. In a way, did we close above that already? Let's see, if we're using the red range, yes, we had already closed above equilibrium, but look at what I had to do. I had to get down to this gun again for it to go up higher. Well, but I would have been using the green range, so the green range equilibrium would be up here. So your stop loss still wouldn't have been moved yet. And this is what I mean. There's a dealing range that exists everywhere. You could argue a high, a low, we're sitting there. Something's a dealing range. Now there we go with that retracement again. Are you enjoying the stream, by the way? Let me know. I'm just gonna wait and see if we're gonna hit these pre-market highs and then call it. Very interesting day. Very, very interesting. Lots of emotions. I just noticed that the emotions would have just gone in the way. It would have just made the trading harder. I'm so glad that I was able to just sit down and draw a little bit. Really bad sketches, but you know, I drew something to get my mind of it for the time being. And yeah. Oh boy, there we go again with that retracement. Let's go back down again. See what are we seeing now. 1020. I still would have been. Oh, hang on. Remember what I told you? A to B leg, new high. Okay, retrace down to what? 75 or 50. We're already seeing equilibrium hit at 22,601.4. This low of the candle is 22,613. I'm sorry, no, 22,601.7. So just about 3.3 just off. Will we? Oh, look at that. Will we be reacting off that first percent of fair value gap? Yes, sir. Look at that. Look at that wick. Whoa. Amazing. High resistance liquidity run conditions. Crazy. Wow, look at that big tease, dude. Oh man. Reacting off the pre-market highs. Just give you enough ample room. No. No. Remember what I was telling you earlier about too about this using this as turtle soup? How nice it would have been if it just straight down to this turtle soup. Old low. Oh, maybe it's a turtle soup to go up longer. G would have still been inside this big thing. Big other trade idea. Remember, we're giving it till 11:30. Start at the lunch macro. If I was if I was trading this and I didn't know any about this stealing image stuff, I would have been up and down, everything like, what the hell is going on? What the heck? And notice we're still reacting off that opening range. We're not getting out of it today. 9:30, low, high. Oh wait, hold up, we did. Okay, low, high, reacted off it. See, what's to stop you from considering this low to this high and then this higher high, higher low? How do you not consider that a dealing range too? See, there's so many dealing ranges. Okay, now what do we have? It's 9:25, so we're gonna start seeing that little mini macro, maybe balanced price range, maybe. So did we just make this liquidity? Let's see. Something to refer back to. Like it's not wanting to go up higher than this. Maybe someone stepped in. Maybe I was like, maybe it was too clean. They were like, we're gonna go up to pre-market highs. LOL. No, we're not doing that today. We're gonna sell this, sell. Maybe someone intervened, and we're back to those levels. See that? See this white 20 handles? No, not safe, especially in these kinds of conditions. If if we've left these highs, we could even start seeing price just disrespect this low, head down lower. That's why we had this whole accumulation going on right now. Time distortion. Look at that, we wicked down. Low is 22,545.85. Low is 22,547. Wow, hold up. So then we did break this low. It's moving. 545 compared to 547. 545.8. 545.8 or 545.5. Wow. Yeah, we broke that low, folks. I don't think we're going to be seeing higher prices today. What a big tease. Honestly, I think it's expected, especially because of the high resistance liquidity run conditions that we're having. Wow. Wow, guys, I think I might end it here because, like, yeah, these highs are not being met today. No siree. So what does this mean? Well, let's zoom out a bit and see if we can come up with a reasonable explanation to this. If what we saw was really manipulation in the market, like first we had the time distortion, then we had that fail to reach that pre-market high. Let's see here. Let's take a look at the ORG. This is the okay. So this is the opening range gap based on regular trading hours. So again, we have that premium close and that discount open. So we're treating this as a premium array where we're reaching out to the concept of encouragement, see that we wicked above it. Perhaps we're going to start seeing price sell off even further. Maybe reaching out to previous days, uh, you know, previous days origin. Something I like to add too is the protraction. So I'm sorry, not the protraction, the opening range gap on the electronic trading hours variant. So we have this low to high premium premium opening. So we're treating this as a busy for price to go, treating this as to go higher. This was the low that I saw it wick down. That we thought it was going to be SMT. Price is going to be using this to go up higher. Hang on a second. I need this. So let's go back to. There we go. See, low, lower low. But for ES, it was low, higher low. So I really did think that was going to be the, I guess, dealing range going to set us forward to take us higher, but it didn't. So since now we're seeing that happening, this low being taken. Remember, the futures is having a 10-minute delay, so we could even see this busy get filled. Or maybe reach down to even deeper discount. Let's zoom out even more. What does this say about this too? The price doesn't want to from its midpoint, this square moving up. It hasn't been really treated as support now, when it should be, because this whole area here from this high to this low back to this high is balanced, and it's not wanting to keep going higher. Okay. Okay. Let me get rid of this. Wow. We'll see that price is now reaching back to equilibrium again. And now, what do I like to see? Once price closes above this balanced price range, it can be treated as an inversion. Okay? Here was treated as support, but now we treated it as an inversion. So what now? Well, back up to these levels, I would like to sell for it to keep going down lower. Back to 75% is also good. get rid of that first percentage fair value gap. The gap. Whoa! Excuse me. And it's past 10:30 now, so let's see here. We have a new range to worry about. We're gonna do this 10:30, and we're gonna be referring this to 11. Okay. Okay. Now from this 10:30, we have this new dealing range from high to low. You see that we're making a new low. So we could retrace up to 75 or even 50%, keep setting down lower. If it's really, really like seller's territory, bears are here, then yeah, we can fill down that gap that I was showing you guys earlier. So we're just leaving buy side liquidity. We're just leaving these old highs. Now it's important to not chase price right now. What's the stop price from going up, breaking your stop loss? Right now is not the time to chase price. If I was new, if I was back to the beginning, seeing this again, uh, I'll be blowing. Excuse me. I'll be blowing up my account by now. Okay, actually now you would have been. See how the perspective shifts though. If we were still in this higher time frame entry buy long, right? And we said that we were going to be closing our break even after 11:30, or just if it stops us out, it would have stopped us out. But because we were managing it on a lower time frame, we were seeing it, where are the BPRs, where could price be respecting it for support. We were able to come to the conclusion that maybe this trade wouldn't be fruitful as we had hoped, especially when we had made something like this, which is just close. I wonder now. Oh, oh, okay. So, whoa, look at that. We have a high with a lower high, high, higher high. Now, isn't that SMT, huh? All right, it's a selling market. How low? I'm not sure, but I don't think I'm going to be sticking around any longer. Um, I think I saw what I needed to see today, and I'm glad that I got out of it. If you make money, congratulations. If you pass in a prop firm, that's amazing. If you just are reading price like me today, thank you so much for coming in and tagging along. Let me know what you think about it, and I'll be catching you guys in the next live stream. Okay? I'll be right back. Take care.